gonna be the best time of the year. Got my hands in the sky, cause I know that I'm living my best life when you're near. This Christmas, toast to the memories through the years. I know I got better days ahead, but I'm loving this moment right here. This Christmas, this day right here. Right here, yeah, yeah. This moment here. Right here, yeah, yeah. This Christmas, right. All I want for Christmas is a little snow. You beside the fire with some mistletoe. Grandma screaming, grab your jacket, boy, you know it's cold. Give me that sweet potato pie without a dinner rolls. Yeah, go turn up the music, this your favorite song. Don't grab all your cousins, we gon' sing along. Cause we're so glad you're home. It's been way too long since I told you I loved you, since I looked you in the eyes and I hugged you, since I told you that you special to me. Because sometimes the people on your family tree is the best gift that you ever received. And it's gonna be the best time of the year. Got my hands in the sky, cause I know that I'm living my best life when you're near. This Christmas, toast to the memories through the years. I know I got better days ahead, but I'm loving this moment right here. This Christmas, this day right here. Right here, yeah, yeah. This moment here. Right here, yeah, yeah. This Christmas, yeah, yeah. I'm feeling the joy, getting fired. I don't know nothing else like it. Looking back, it was tough, and oh no. Get a cup, fill it up with some cocoa. I ain't worried about no present when I got you present. My mama in the kitchen, I call that a special blessing. Pop sitting at the table, that's a miracle. We ain't worried about tomorrow, we got here and now. You never know, so you gotta keep the fans tight. It's real cold, so the fire burning all night. You took some L's this year, but we alright, we alright. It's gonna be the best time of the year. Got my hands in the sky, cause I know that I'm living my best life when you're near. This Christmas, toast to the memories through the years. I know I got better days ahead, but I'm loving this moment right here. This Christmas. How do you mend a broken world? Give it a gift it can never earn. Pour out a love that it don't deserve. Send it a sign and a savior. It was a silent night, a holy night. All was calm and all was bright round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild. Hush, hush, I hear the clouds speak, sing of his glory, sing hush, hush. I see the sky part showing the Father's heart, singing hush, hush. I see the stars fall, heaven is smiling down, singing hush, hush. Making my rooms bright, bringing me life on a silent night. On a silent night. How do you repay the gift of life? What's the return on his sacrifice? 'Cause silver and gold won't suffice, no, no. So I'm giving my heart as my reply. It was a silent night, a holy night. All was calm and all was bright round young virgin, mother and child, holy infant.
Good evening, one and all. Good to be with you. Thanks for coming out on this winter's night to our music and poetry open mic, our first one of the year, and hopefully something we're going to do more of. So I'm really encouraged that people are here because we put the word out there, and then you just don't know who's going to show up. So I just want to. Tonight we're going to be doing a bit of clapping. You know, we're going to appreciate everyone who comes up here, everyone who kind of has the courage to come and share poems and songs, and we're going to just applaud everyone. So, but right from the start, I'd love us just to just applaud ourselves for getting out of bed, for getting out of our houses and being here tonight. Thank you. And this is an open mic. We have got about 6-7 people who are ready to perform, but if you feel inspired on the evening and you just get that tingle in your toes and you think, I've got a poem, Maureen, or if you feel, Peter, I've got a little dance, just feel free to come up. But this is a safe space where we're just encouraging everyone who wants to come and share. So I'm going to kick off with a couple of poems, and then we're going to have a song from a very special person. So I actually got out of isolation today. So I've had 10 days of having to be in my house after getting ill, and so I kind of recovered after about 4 or 5 days, and then I just had to sort of sit at home. And so I kind of wrote a poem about that experience. It's kind of more of a rap/poem. So I'm going to try and get my man Kov to pull up the beat, which is called Golden Hour. And I wrote this little piece just reflecting on what it was like to be home for those 10 days. This is called COVID. I said, remember when November had come. I woke up today and November was done until December. I told my girl I'll be gone until December. Someone send a kiss to my mum. I was minding my business, got caught with the COVID. Now I'm at home with thoughts I can't sort or focus. Boogers in my nose got me feeling so bogus. What if all my prayers are just hocus pocus? Mirror, mirror on the wall, am I just a poser? Airplane mode, slumped on sofa, crumbling my bowl with a load of ambrosia, becoming frozen without knowing is a social faux pas. But I was raised to be a very modern monk, like Thelonious, embracing the growth when the road got the loneliest. But recently my hope been doped, so unceremonious. Isolation ain't top of my serotonin list, but the moment is supposed to be missed as a gift. Wingardium Leviosa flipped the script with my wrist. I'm sitting in the mix of the bliss and in this Advent waiting, guess I'll be kissed with the gist. In this Advent waiting, I guess I'll be kissed with the gist. In this Advent waiting, I pray I'll be kissed with the gist. Thank you. So my experience of the last kind of 10 days was just the highs and lows of being in my room, from tidying my bookshelf to watching hours of David Attenborough programs, to thinking about my life. And I felt encouraged that despite the frustration of waiting, actually that's what this season is about in Advent, as we build up to Christmas and as we wait for change and for justice to come in this world. There's often a long period of kind of frustration, but that's kind of a holy thing sometimes. And I felt God show me that the waiting is all part of life. So I want to kind of just do one more before I hand over, and this one's called Hope, and it's just about hope and where we find hope, because we all need a bit of hope, don't we? And I do pray that we find hope in this evening even. So question, where do you find your hope? If you know, then please don't keep it to yourself. Be a generous soul. Come on, share your wealth. Share it out, share it loud. On or offline, it's time to share it now. Because it might just help someone whose head is down, who's long lost sight of the best route out. Look, I'm a hope fiend and I'm looking for hope dealers. We need life because death's down my road scheming, and we all face the same storm, but we're all apart on different boats. So let's pass on the comparison and pass out hope to anyone who feels they're far from home, whose world or dreams or hearts are broke. We're all in need of something that sun rises up and guides, inspires us with motivation and strategy, fly kicks the apathy and wakes us on a Monday morning beaming at the prospects. Hope that plants a seed of faith when we've lost it. Hope that gives strength to the wrestlers and sight to the blind, that provides rest to the weary and breath to the resigned. Hope that weeps with us and brings belly laughs. Hope that whispers in the chaos, this too shall pass. And listen, feeling hopeful does not mean being optimistically naive and ignoring human suffering. At the same time, hope does not lack. It does not lock itself up in darkness. It does not stay down. It gets up again. It does not just dwell in the past or get by in the present, but it can see a bright new day. And I hope and I pray with all my heart that hope's flame flickers again, guiding you as you go on your way. The Creator breathed hope into the fabric of the earth, and it's kept aflame by ordinary people. So may you abound in hope, and may it abound through you to a world that desperately needs it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to invite up one of our community. There's a few people here who are part of the Cornerstone community, and this wonderful person is part of Cornerstone Kids, as well as the big family. So can you put your hands together for Natasha, please? What are you going to be singing for us?
I'm going to be singing Hallelujah. I heard there was that David played and it pleased the Lord. But you don't really care for music, do ya? Well, it goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall and the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty and the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to her kitchen chair, she broke your throne and she cut your hair, and from your lips she drew the hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Maybe there's a God above, but all I ever learned from love was how to shoot somebody who outdrew ya. It's not a cry that you hear at night, it's not someone who's seen the light. It's cold and it's broken. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you so much, Natasha. Love to hear it. And yeah, if you do, like I say, if you feel inspired at any point during this evening and you want to perform, just come and give me a shout, and I'll get you on the roster for a good price. I want to welcome up Helen now. Helen, I don't know if you feel ready. Sorry I didn't prepare those of you. You're just going to go on when I tell you, but if you want to know, let me know. And Helen is another part of our community, and going to be reading some poems. Let's put our hands together for the wonderful Helen.
Hello, Leighton. Don't worry, I've only got about 50. Okay, I'm going to start with a light one called Louise Has Allergies. Please, no cheese, it makes me sneeze, and bread is bad for my head. Sausage and mash bring me out in a rash, but rice is very nice. Not for me, beef stew, it gives me the flu, and liver, that makes me shiver. Bolognese puts me in a terrible daze, but tuna fish is delish. Anything salady gives me a malady, and pasta is just a disaster. Onions and chives, I'm afraid, give me hives, but pak choi fills me with joy. A number of oils bring me out in boils, and aubergine makes me go green. Potato and leek make me cry, eek, but kale makes me hearty in hell. Pumpkin pie brings a tear to my eye, and melon gives me swellin'. Rhubarb crumble makes my tummy grumble, but anything plummy is yummy. So I hope you see if I come round for tea. It's tricky, it's not that I'm picky. One thing I decree, and I think you'll agree, chocolate drops are the tops. Thank you. Okay, this one is called Held Hostage. There's a cat on my lap, curled up and dreaming. I don't want to move, but my right foot is screaming, pins and needles, pins and needles. She's not really a bully, she just likes to get comfy. But if I dare fidget, she does get harumphy, giving me evils, giving me evils. She's very affectionate, she likes to be near. But if her tail's twitching, you'd better steer clear. She can sure scratch, she can sure scratch. That's not easy to say. She's a bit like a Buddha, smug-looking and purry. You gotta give her a cuddle, she's so soft and furry. I've met my match, I've met my match. Thank you. Two more? Yeah? Okay. Okay, this is quite a short one called Wrinkles. The years line up on my face, hiding in the ever-deepening creases of my skin, across my forehead and from nose to chin. They gather around my eyes, all those twinkles and sprinkles. Every touch leaves a trace. The things that I have seen and been are etched in an intricate tattoo, a map of the ups and downs. Will the smile lines outdo the frowns? Thank you. Okay, and then finally, this is slightly appropriate for a church. It's called the Mystic's Prayer. Finding God among the pots and pans. I don't know, it's not very glam. I don't want to sound offhand, but I'd rather join a band, sing his praises in front of the fans. Isn't that more of a plan? Or I could go to Japan, turn zen and draw patterns in sand. Anywhere really where I could get tanned and ideally find a nice man. Oops, I forgot, I'm looking for God. I'm supposed to be looking for the road less trod. It's just a bit tricky to find, and sadly, most of the signs seem to point to the kitchen sink. They point to what kind of stinks, to somewhere I don't want to stand, getting dirt all over my hands. I think God should be more bling, do his or her thing with a bit more panache, perhaps a bit more cash. After all, Cinderella does get to the ball, isn't that what the godmother is for? So God, if you're there among all those pans, I think you should consider refining your brand. Perhaps you could find a better hiding place. I do seek your face, just without all my waste. Perhaps I could find you with the poor in Vietnam, someplace exotic where the food isn't bland. There could even be a soundtrack by Duran Duran. So if you could sort it, that would be grand. Thank you.
I've known Helen for roughly 1 year and I did not know you had poems. Thank you. That was gorgeous. Again, some of you right now, you can just feel the tingle of inspiration and you've started jotting stuff down in your phone or in your head. You will be totally ready after the interval to come up. So just chat to me. Before the interval, I'm going to invite Ivan to come up and read a poem, and then I might do one for the road. So let's give it up for Ivan.
This is a poem I have written for my school in a competition, and it has been published to my school. This is called a poem about a fish. Fish, oh fish, who travels the seas, fresh open waters with freedom of breeze, glory of nature with various species, now it's in danger. How could this happen? Australian reef is ruined and bleached, smoke from the factories covers the forest, bushfire grows and animals screech, the planet cries warnings, the planet bleeds. A whale on the shore is suffocating, plastic has given him food for decades. Oil from an old rig has covered the Pacific, rainforests burn and never regrow. Can humanity notice at last? Tsunamis, tornadoes, temperatures freezing, viruses, earthquakes, icebergs are melting. Isn't the earth warning enough? Ignorant finger is pressing the button. Nuclear monster is set to war. Young student girl protests on the streets. The world cannot bear this anymore. Can people notice? Can countries take care? Responsible, clean and plenty of air. We are your children, the next generation. Stop and make a difference once and for all.
Again, another poet who I didn't realise had that gift, and look forward to seeing that grow and blossom. Just before we go on a break, I just wanted to do a couple more. Seeing as though I organised it, I thought I'll just do loads of stuff and promote my book coming out in 2 years. I wrote a poem about young people, young heroes it's called, and I felt like as you were reading that, I was like, I'm going to do that one. Because I work with young people, I've got the pleasure of doing that here and at the college, down the road, Leighton. And young people are my heroes. All people are my heroes, but specifically young people. So when you think of heroes, what comes to mind? I'm kind of talking real life, not the Marvel DC kind. I think of young people, born to beat the odds and revolutionize, who didn't always realize their power or unique design until their first Minecraft conquest or first creative post online, their first competitive match or justice march or homework handed in on time. There's something ordinary about these heroes, even in their greatness. They don't need to be Love Island outrageous or Hollywood famous to be A-list. And a saint said, there's no great things, just small things done with great love. And love is patient and courageous. It does the next right thing and doesn't give up. Individualism won't change the world. Alone we go fast, but together we go far. So today we thank friends and families, community and business leaders, council, school staff. Heroes don't wear capes, and they don't always get the standing ovation, but this right here is a symbol of hope that can inspire others and transform this nation. You're a hero too, because you play your part, through action and the arts or your caring heart, through enterprise or your contribution to the environment, through superb learning or sporting triumphs. You're all heroes in this team, but this isn't the end game. You may not be on big screens, but your deeds will live in memory. You are the Black Panthers, the Hulks, the Human Torches, Thors and more. You are Iron Humans, captains of England ready for war. You didn't know us before. You see and hear us now. We aren't the leaders of the future. We're the here and now. Let's give it up for the youth of today. Up against it, but doing very well. And just to send us on to a little break, I wanted to do one more little rap type piece, which is called Controller. And this is a prayer I wrote. I wrote it to this beat. I love instrumental beats. I find them very relaxing. So if you play that, Coven, I'll try and remember the words. And if not, I'll just make them up. I said, forget a calloused heart for an ending or a start. I'm only here like shooting star. Man, I want to live for more. So I'll kick open doors with no sniff of applause until I forget what's mine and help you get what's yours. I've got to get outside to get out of my mind, to get over this apathy. Instead be so kind, leaving behind this blind, leading the blind. These eyes can see and I decided I'm fine, content whether with or without. I won't wither with the drought, and I will never deliver now, but I will live with my doubt, because that's what my faith's about. And in a race, my faith it always overtakes my doubt. I'm hungry for right living, like do the right thing, like a life without sin, because there's light within, and I won't hide it or try and disguise it. But I will lift my lights high up in the sky above my head, so people see my good deeds and ask if God's there. And I'm like, he's the one who got me there. He's from there, like controller. I plan my steps, he watches over. Jeez. Thank you. And thanks to Idealism for making that beat. I hope one day we can meet. If you're watching, get in touch. People, right now we've got an opportunity to have an interval for roughly 6 to 7 minutes. There is mulled wine, there is squash, there's tea and coffee, and there's a couple of snacks, all on the house, all on Cornerstone Church. Shout out Bill in the budget. If you want to chat to me in the interval about performing, then I'll be lingering around. But if Cov puts some tunes on, we're going to have about a 5-minute interval, get a drink, and then we're going to hear from some musicians and some poets. Come chat to me if you want to perform. All abilities welcome.
drowning, but now I can live again, yeah.
It's a Friday night, yeah. It's a holy night, yeah. It's a Friday night, yeah. It's a holy night. Late night with the candlelight, heaven bound, that's a big invite. Colorblind to the black and white, show you love and you feel alright. We ain't had time to cry, we fight. Say it's on because the future bright. Stuck together and we hold it tight. Stand down through the dynamite. All aboard on the freedom ride. Time to sail down the riverside. Kept going, never satisfied. Here the guy just glorify him. Yeah, and I'm still trying to pray for no more violence. Matter of fact, we gon' need some guidance. Yeah. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light, yeah. All is calm, all is calm, all is bright, yeah. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light, yeah. All is calm, all is calm, all is bright, yeah. It's a Friday night, yeah. It's a holy night, yeah. It's a Friday night, yeah. It's a holy night. I don't know how else to tell you this. I thank you, Lord, you saved my life. I say your name and you listening. I almost love, you got me right. I came out the slums, the dealers, the users, the bombs, the scammers, the hustlers, and drugs. I had enough, I need that light of the love. I never run off on the plug. Off on the plug, life way too crazy. I need Saturday night for clarity. Looking for the light, oh you might as well come with me, help you find it. Blasting off, astronaut ignited. Silent night, take me to your highness. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light, yeah. All is calm, all is calm, all is bright, yeah. Shine your light, shine your light, shine your light, yeah. All is calm, all is calm, all is bright, yeah.
Yeah.
Baby laying in the manger on the first Noel, being treated like a stranger on the first Noel. Ain't no crowds or disciples on the first Noel. Flesh and bone just like you on the first Noel.
Yeah.
Noel, the first Noel. Noel, the first Noel.
Creation been groaning, then the sun showed up. Good morning. Even those who waited for him could've looked him in the eyes and wouldn't know him. I like to say that I would, but I can't, bro. Who would've known that a baby would rain off? The one who made the skies, he cried. Still surprised you could swat a love guy. Spotlight, give him center stage. Follow North Star down the interstate. Silly shit, we went astray. But he arrived, not a minute late. Hard carpenter, came to renovate. Came to serve, gave me word on the dinner plate. But who would've known that this babe was the king on the throne?
The first Noel, Noel, the first Noel, Noel, the first Noel.
The people been yearning for some hope, but the folks kept turning him away. He was born with the vermin. Living word, he the last great sermon. He descended to a sinner speed. They rejected him, who brought him what they really need. Creation's groans are retired, drowned out by the baby's first cry. Lift him up, he the centerpiece. Came to his own, it was bittersweet. He was in the womb, plotting in a piece. Made friends, had enemies. The winning streak, it ain't finna cease. Baby clothes couldn't cloak his divinity. Yeah. Who would've known that this babe was the king on the throne?
Baby laying in the manger on the first Noel, being treated like a stranger on the first Noel. Ain't no crowds or disciples on the first Noel. Flesh and bone just like you on the first
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't that easy to find you. Yeah, 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 yeah. But now that I'm here, it's the safest place. I see all the life that's inside you. See, a river that's flowing unending grace. Noel, Noel. On the first. Noel, Noel. Yeah. The first Noel. Yes, sir. Noel, Noel. The first Noel. Noel, Noel. Born is the King of Israel. Noel, Noel. Born is the King. Born is the King, yeah. Born is the King of Israel.
Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high.
Oh yeah, you know I feel it now. Yeah, the family catching vibes. Suited to the socks, party looking fly. Chilling with the squad and we shining like stars in the skies. I'm chilling, wifey dancing with me. I'm rolling with my cufflinks, party jumping, bouncing and jiggy do the music on the spotlight, and we be moving like trick slide. Hey, you know I can't contain my smile. Oh yeah, you know you make me smile. Oh yeah, I'll hold it for a while. Let's celebrate the love of Christ. Try to find a star up in the sky. Turn me up, yeah. Run it up, get 'em going, yeah. We got the season on fire. Bring it up higher. Like, do you know? Hey.
Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high.
Worth it.
Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high.
Oh yeah, you know I feel the fire. Yeah, your light is shining brighter. Party lit like the stars. I just can't get enough. Your love. Don't see me posing. I've been focused. Rolling. It's a season for the glorious honor of the majesty. All of our King. I wonder where would I be if you never found me when I needed you. Hey, you know I can't contain my smile. Oh yeah, you know you make me smile. Oh yeah, I'll hold it for a while. Let's celebrate the love of Christ. Try to find a star up in the sky. Turn me up, yeah. Run it up, get 'em going, yeah. We got the season on fire. Bring it up higher. Like, do you know? Hey.
Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard on high. Angels we have heard. Angels we have heard on high.
This is your 12-second warning. Grab a drink. No one's come up to me yet saying, Joey, I really want to perform, but I feel like there might be someone. Actually, no, we have one person's going to do another song, which is exciting. But yeah, I'm going to welcome up our next guest. Our next guest is an international performer. They've performed in Wales and England. But no, this is a guy some of us met a few weeks back when he came to the church to lead us in praise. And now he's going to sing and play some of his own material. So let's give it up for Sai.
Hello, nice to be back with you again. This is like a teaser for tomorrow morning when I'm back doing some worship, so... So yeah, I'm going to just play a couple tunes and finish with a little Christmas one. This is a song I've written called Run. Take a walk outside. Find that place where your thoughts can hide. Alone in the dark, where silence falls, they are the secrets that you'll never face until you come home. You come home. Take a ride with me. Travel down into your history. Like alone in the dark, where silence falls, they are the secrets that you'll never face until you're alone. 'Cause nobody shows it, nobody knows it. You don't even know it. It's what you run from. 'Cause you've got to hide it when no one can find it. You've got to face your fears, face what you run from. Nobody knows it, nobody shows it, 'cause you don't even know it, yeah, 'cause you've got to hide it so no one can find it. You've got to face your fears, 'cause you've got to face your fears. what you run from. Thank you. This next little number is one I'm sort of just a little instrumental. I like writing a lot of instrumental music, and this is a little guitar piece I'm just currently working on, so you can give me some feedback when I find my pick of choice. Here we go. So, any name suggestions? Go for it. I'm currently trying to work on an instrumental EP, but it's as far as I'm getting at the moment, but there's a few ideas playing around. Blissful Tuesday. Yeah, I quite like Tuesdays, actually, so could be. Okay, so has anyone here, Bill hadn't, but to his shame, but has anyone here seen A Charlie Brown Christmas, the movie? So this is a song from that, and if it's a good thing to put in the background, and it's a kids show, but it's got an amazing soundtrack by a jazz pianist and a trio, and this is one of the songs from this. Oh, let me just grab one sheet of paper. Yeah. I was going to do it just on guitar, but I might sing a little bit. Here we go. Christmas time is here. Happiness and cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. Snowflakes in the air and carols everywhere. Olden times and ancient rhymes of love and dreams to share. Sleigh bells in the air and beauty everywhere. Yuletide by the fireside and joyful memories there. 'Cause Christmas time is here. Cheer, fun for all the children call their favorite time of year. There we go. Thank you for listening. And check out Charlie Brown Christmas. Yes. And see you tomorrow morning. Oh, my name's Cy Cliff. CLIFF. Cy is in Simon. And just Google that, and I'll be on social media or Spotify and all that stuff. Thank you.
Oh my days, Si, didn't you just, if we had a fire on and if we had some blankets, I think we'd all have just settled in for the night. That was like, I just wanted to get up and just like, kind of talk in a sexy voice and just, Christmas time, you know, a time for happiness, and just really, you just gave us that vibe, so thank you. One more time for Cy Cliff. And yeah, real treat. So some really special people have just walked in a building, and I'm going to do something that may or may not cost my friendship with Godfrey, but it is his birthday today, so let's really quickly just sing to Godfrey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Someone get a cake. Birthday, dear Godfrey. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. We love you, Godfrey, and we love your family, and thanks for being here tonight. So, talking of lovely people, I'm going to welcome up the beautiful, the glamorous, the intelligent, the strong, the determined, the adventurous, the courageous Gabriella Brand, my friend, your friend. Let's give her a big round of applause. She's going to be doing some poems and maybe an interpretive dance.
Not going to do a dance. Going to get the setup ready. Now. Okay, so hi, I'm Gabby. I go to Cornerstone Church. And it's nice to be here tonight doing poetry, which is something I haven't done in a really long time. So I used to do poetry nights in Bristol because that's where I went to study, and I used to run these little poetry nights in the cafe because my friend worked there and he managed to get me the space for free. So I'd just invite all my friends, I'd say, you guys do poetry, and I'd just sit back and watch. And eventually someone said, Gabby, do you do poetry? You must do. You do these poetry nights. And I was like, I actually don't. I would actually just invite my friends and make them perform. But yeah, I started writing a few poems because of that, because I thought, no, I should write write some poetry. And Joey actually came to one once, and that's how we met, so which was nice. But yeah, I'm going to read a poem that I used to read at the beginning, because I realized no one ever liked going first, so everyone wanted to be like the last act on. But yeah, so I started reading poems that I liked just to go first and fill up the space. So this is a poem called 59 by Harry Baker, who is a poet who studied maths at Bristol, but he really liked playing around with words. So yeah, this one's for the mathematical people out there. Anyone? If not, just can pretend. It's fine. It's fine. Jokes about numbers. You might get it. You might not get it. But yeah, so 59. 59 wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, realizes all his hair is on one side of his head. Just takes under a minute to work out that it's because of the way he slept. He finds some clothes and gets dressed. He can't help but look in the mirror and subtly be impressed. How he looks rough around the edges and yet casually messed. As he glances out the window, he sees the sight that he gets blessed with from 60 across the street. Now 60 was beautiful, with perfectly trimmed cuticles, dressed in something suitable, never rude or crude at all. Unimprovable, right on time as usual, more on cue than a snookable, but liked to play it super cool. 59 wanted to tell her that he knew her favorite flower, that he thought of her every second, every minute, every hour, but he knew it wouldn't work. He'd never get the girl, because although she lived across the street, they came from different worlds. And while 59 admired 60's perfectly round figure, 60 thought 59 was odd. One of his favorite films was 101 Dalmatians. She preferred the sequel. He romanticized the idea that they were star-crossed lovers. They would overcome the odds and evens because they had each other. And while she maintained the strict views imposed on her by her mother, that separate could not be equal. And though at the time he felt stupid and dumb for trying to love a girl controlled by her stupid mum, he thought he should have been comforted by the simple sum: take 59 away from 60 and you're left with the one. Sure enough, after 2 months of moping around, 61 days later, 61 is who he found. He'd lost his keys and his parents were out, so one day after school he went to a house. He noticed the slightly wonky numbers on the door. He wondered why he'd never introduced himself before. And as she let him in, his jaw dropped in awe. 61 was like 60, but a little bit more. She had prettier eyes and an approachable smile, and like him, rough around the edges and a casual style. And like him, everything was disorganized in lots of piles. And like him, her mum didn't mind if her friends stayed a while because she was like him and he liked her. He reckoned she would like him if she knew he was like her. And it was different this time. I mean, this girl was wicked. So he plucked up the courage and asked for her digits, and she said, "I'm 61. He grinned. "I'm 59. "Today I've had a really nice time, so tomorrow if you wanted, you can come over to mine." She said, "Sure." She loved talking to someone just as quirky. They agreed to an unofficial first date, and in the end, he was only 1 minute early. But it didn't matter, because she arrived 1 minute late. And from that moment on, there was non-stop chatter, how they loved the X Factor, how they only had 2 factors, but how that did not matter. And that made them even better. And by the end of the night, they knew they were meant to be together. And one day, she was talking about stuck-up 60. She noticed that 59 looked a bit shifty. He blushed and told her of his crush. The best thing that never happened because it led to us. 61 was clever, see, not prone to jealousy. She looked at him in the eyes and told him quite tenderly, "You're 59, I'm 61. Together we combine to make twice what 60 could ever be." At this point, 59 had tears in his eyes, was so glad to have this one-of-a-kind girl live in his life. He told her the very definition of being prime was that only one and himself in his heart could divide. And she was the one he wanted to give his heart to. She said she felt the same way, and now she knew the films were half true, because if that wasn't real love, that was a love that was just a sample. When it comes to real love, they were a prime example. So yeah, that was a fun poem that I liked. And now I'm going to read one that I wrote called Freckles, about something I used to think was true and then realised it wasn't true. So, when I was very little, I spotted some cardboard getting rained on. I saw each raindrop and focused in like tunnel vision, a thought I would pin. Oh, the mind of a child. Observant and with that mind, my brain started to connect the dots as I made sense of the world in my head, but it was still filled with fairy tales and knots. Oh, the mind of a child. Looking at each raindrop fall, I saw how the surface drank it up a little and left a dark spot, and soon the cardboard was peppered in raindrops like freckles or rain, and that sparked me to stop. I thought, how could the raindrops make things change colour? Then I thought some more, and my mind made a sum that it would take away the pain of not having freckles like my mum. I wanted freckles so bad. I wanted freckles so bad. So I went outside, and even though it was still raining, I lifted up my face to the sky. I closed my eyes, and as I felt each raindrop fall on my face, on the skin from the sky, I ran inside to the bathroom mirror, stepping on the edge of the bath so I could be higher, so I would be able to see my new freckles clearly. And as I looked in the mirror, I waited for my skin to absorb the raindrops, wondering what my new freckles would look like. I waited and waited, and then I was confused. Maybe I needed to stand outside for longer, I mused. I'd stand there all day if I have to, just to see some freckles appear, or even if it was just one or two. I wanted freckles, and I wanted everyone to hear. Still waiting, I realized it wouldn't work. And though I was disappointed, the few freckles on my nose were okay, little and hardly noticeable. And even though the theory I had made up was totally not true, I didn't get more freckles, but it was true that I already had a few. And I'll read one more, which I wrote after me and Joey went on a walk, which was meant to be a nice walk while we were staying somewhere in the countryside. And we went to walk around lots of cornfields. And it started off as a nice walk, but then we actually got a bit lost, and we had to run through all these cornfields, which was a bit annoying because it was really spiky and I wasn't really wearing the right clothes for it. And because they came to about here for me, and for Joey they were down here. So, but yeah, no, this was more about the parts that I did enjoy about the walk. The sights, the sounds of comfort green, the grass, the corn, not where I'll be. I mean the green of velvet seats, a screening room soft and smelling sweet. Outside the corn prickles, it tickles and pokes, the thistles that hide, the feathers that float. Getting lost in the yellow, rattlesnakes whisper, and above the buzz of power lines distant. The cows next door are quiet and still, the dozens of puddles reflecting the hills. The mud on the earth, the mud on my shoes, the grass that got trampled on, the stems that got chewed. A gate awaits a final climb, back to the velvet of inside. The path was new, the walk was fun, to breathe fresh air into my lungs.
Thank you, Gabby Bran. And we're going to have one more performer before our last interval and our last performance. So I want to welcome back Natasha, who is going to sing for us again, and Ivan. So a brother-sister combination. Let's give it up for Natasha and Ivan. Do you want another? One each? Yeah? Perfect. Do a quick test.
Hello. Yeah.
How do you repay the gift of life? What's the return on it?
close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say I'm sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make.
There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled from things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we lost our minds. See, I don't care, it's cause crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. We may be right, we may be wrong, but I wanna bring you along to the world I see, to the world we close our eyes to see. We close our eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Ivan and Natasha, Sony Records are outside and they want a big 6-figure deal. Listen, thank you two for doing that. And again, you just spur of the moment, you felt the inspiration. I love it. We're going to have a short refreshment break before our headline act. And yeah, we've just got one more singer-songwriter finishing up tonight with a few familiar songs and maybe a couple more poems. So yeah, if you just want just a 3 to 4 minute grab a drink whilst the musician sets up. I won't give away their credentials, but again, they've actually performed in 3 or 4 countries. So just, yeah, be excited, be open-minded. This is going to be wild. Have a quick drink. Chat to someone you don't know. And if you do want to perform, then I'm going to be around.
Folks, if you ever need a hype man, Joey's your man for it. Available to hire. I'm not available to hire because I'm always free. Hey. Grand. I'm going to do a couple of songs. I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. The tree at home went up today, which was fun. Pine needles already all over the house because Lindsay insists that we get a real one, but it's looking marvellous. So I'm going to do a few little Christmas numbers as we get into the festive spirit. And I'm going to start off by doing a little arrangement that I wrote of a very well-known carol a few years ago. And so you'll know the words, but you won't know the tune. And I'll just see if I can actually remember how to play it, because it's been a long time since it was performed previously. Once in Royal David City stood a lonely cattle shed where a mother laid her baby in a manger for his bed. Mary was that mother mild, Jesus was that child. He came down to earth from heaven, who is God and Lord of all. And his shelter was a stable, and his cradle was a stall. With the poor, meek, and the lowly lived on earth a Savior holy. And our eyes at last shall see him through his own redeeming love. For that child so dear and gentle is the Lord in heaven above. And he leads his children on to the places where he has gone. Oh yeah,
place where he is gone. Not in that poor and lowly stable, with the oxen standing by. We shall see him but in heaven, set at God's right hand on high, like stars his children crowned. All in white will wait around, oh yeah. All in white will wait around.
Thank you very much. Cool, okay, this is another little Christmas carol, but this one's got the original tune to it. So you're welcome to sing along. It's got a lovely little chorus, which, yeah, do sing along to. If you know it, I suspect you probably will.
See amid the winter snow, born for us son of below. See the Lamb of God appear, promise from eternal years. Hail thou ever blessed morn, hail redemption's happy dawn. Sing through all Jerusalem, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Say ye holy shepherds, say, what's your joyful news today? Wherefore have thou left the sheep on a lonely mountain steep? Hail thou ever blessed dawn, hail redemption's happy dawn. Sing through all Jerusalem, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Sacred infant, so divine, what a tender love is thine, thus to come from highest bliss down to such a world as this. Hail thou ever blessed morn, hail redemption's happy dawn. Sing through all Jerusalem, Christ is born in Bethlehem. And hail thou ever blessed morn, hail redemption's happy dawn. Sing through all Jerusalem, Christ is born in Bethlehem.
Well, like Joey mentioned earlier, I too had the privilege of spending 10 days in isolation. Yesterday was Freedom Day for me, and we probably called it the same event, so thanks Joey for that. But of course you have to do things to occupy yourself, and particularly we all got it as a family, all four of us. So we had the kids with us in isolation. So what we did is we started watching Christmas movies a little bit early. And I don't know about you, but my favourite Christmas film is Muppets Christmas Carol. Yeah, good shout. Of course, you can always read the original book by Charles Dickens, but probably the Muppets version is probably better. Plus, it's got awesome songs. And I'm going to sing one of these songs for you from Muppets Christmas Carol. But I'll try not to sing it in the style of Kermit the Frog. Okay. It's in the singing of a street corner choir. It's going home and getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. A cup of candies you share with another, sweet reunion with a friend or a brother. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. It is season of the heart, a special kind of caring. It's making it last, oh yeah. It is the season of the spirit, the message if we hear it. It's making it last, oh yeah. It's a giving of a gift to another, a pair of mittens that were made by your mother. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. Childhood you'd always remember, it's a summer soul in December. It's true when you do your best for love, it feels like Christmas. It is the season of the spirit, the message if you hear it, it's making it last, oh yeah. It is the season of the spirit, the message if you hear it, it's making it last, oh yeah. It's a singing of a street side choir, going home and getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. Yes, when you do your best for love, it feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas. Come on, everybody. It feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas. Come on. It feels like Christmas. 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 Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hopefully you feel a little bit more Christmassy today than you did this morning. But thank you.
Oh, Bill, that really was something special. That was my Kermit.
Sorry, that was I've not done that in a while. Thanks, Bill Donahue. Let's give it up for him. And we're coming into land, but obviously it's an open mic. Does anyone feel they'd like to share anything before I kind of close it? Anyone going once? Anyone got something going twice? Sold to the man in the jacket. Okay, so yeah, it's such a joy to be able to perform. I think it's something I've really missed this year. So I'm not going to apologise for doing a lot. I'm tempted to apologise, but I'm trying to apologise less for things that I'm not actually sorry about. Do you get me? So I want to do two poems to finish. One of them is a love poem, and one of them is a Christ Mass poem. So this is a love poem I wrote a long time before I met Gabriella. And I just want to say, people, write a love poem. Just write one. Have one up your sleeve. Because when you need to pull it out and woo someone, there is naught better. So I wrote this long before I met Gabby, but tell me what, when I met her, whoa, did I tell her? Yes. Did I pretend it was about her? Of course. It is about her. Hola, chica. I sono inglese. I don't speak your language, but I want you as my lady. See, I fell from afar into your deep brown eyes at the edge of the bar at the start of the sunrise. One look was good, but I still wanted more. Let's vacate, throw some shapes on the dance floor. I'd swim 50 meters for you, give you a ring on the phone. Can't play trombone, but my heart doth sing. Good lady, you do wrong, your hands too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands and hands do touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss. Yes, I'm studious in Shakespeare, been quoting for 8 years. My palms no longer sweaty, say goodbye to my late fears, and as we jive to the music, and I feel you sway. I know what I'm asking, but do you know how to say, ik verig lief, I've forgotten the drum. Basically, I'd love you forever. I've studied German, English, bit of Spanish, and I'd learn your love language for pleasure because you look good in any garms or group believe I'd suit you to. Because I'm a kind of kooky, fruity dude, but to you I would be dutiful. See, we could place a beauty PS2, whatever soothes you, boo. I'd scoop my schemes, salute your dreams to reenact High School Musical too. And if to woo you meant shooting hoops, even learning the flute and all, I'd do it to compute this clue, this Super Bowl match. Me and you, the beast and beautiful. Thank you. And, oh man, I forgot the German. I've never forgotten that before. Love languages though. Love is a language and I love it. I love language. So I want to finish by doing one called World at Peace. And this is a Christmas poem I wrote a few years ago. And it's got a little instrumental beat. Hopefully I can do it in time. But this is about, just kind of my reflections on kind of what I want for Christmas, and kind of, this is called A World at Peace. Ibrahim on the beat. You know, they say it really is the most wonderful time of the year. Not for everybody. Christmas is coming. The goose or falafel is getting fat. But who will put some money in the homeless person's empty hat? Not me. I haven't got the cash. Besides, these times are getting hectic. I can't afford to pay attention or think about others. What about this hard Brexit? And where's that silent night? And where's that holy night? Is all calm? Is all quiet? I mean, did you see Black Friday recently? People trying to get their piece for cheap. It seems to me an indecency when there's no inner peace of which to speak. I'm addicted to consuming, stuck in my privilege like I was more than human. It's not all bad, but it's got us awkward and ruined, and I know it needs undoing. So this year, I'm stripping back and decluttering. Back to the basic, bread and buttering, so it's no tree and no star, no whiskey, no cigars, no tinsel, no lights, no stockings and no tights, no turkey, no potatoes, no Tesco, no Waitrose, no glitz and no camera, no phones and no glamour. No Santa, no reindeer, no comparison, no danger. Just what we always had, which was made. Just my little fam and some strangers. Just a little lad in a manger. Just what we always needed. Planet Savior, I said, just what we had, which was major. Just my little fam and some strangers. Just a little lad in a manger. Just what we always needed. Planet Savior. A world at peace. Thank you. And thank you for indulging me and also for just coming out tonight and celebrating the wonderful artists and performers we have in our community. We really want to do these more regularly, so if you liked it, tell me. Come to the next one. And just thanks for showing up. Particular thank you to Kovalan, who's been doing the sound and just making everything work. And to the wonderful Jane, who helped set up and serve refreshments and make this place look great. Thank you, Jane. And everyone who's performed and everyone who's applauded. One more time. It's honestly been one of the things I've missed most in the last year or two, is just this kind of being able to share and express and listen to others. And yeah, as a church, as a community, we've got lots on over the next couple of weeks leading up to Christmas. Next Saturday, there's a fair here from 1 till 5. You can come and buy your gifts. And we're going to be having a community carol service on the 19th, as well as a messy church thing. So yeah, check out our website for more details. But yeah, just thanks for coming along and kicking off our Christmas events with tonight. Like I say, I was really worried no one was going to come, and you lot came. So thank you. Yeah, feel free to just leave whenever, if you want to help clear up. I don't know if we should leave the tables and just leave everything as it is, really, for tomorrow. But basically, follow Bill's direction. But yeah, take care of yourself. God bless. Have a great evening. And yeah, once again, thanks for coming out to Music and Poetry Open Mic. Keep your eyes peeled for the next one.
You got a way of making me stay. You pull me closer when I push you away. Yeah, so you the number one in my life. I won't move. Looking at the sky, heaven in my view. Hold up, wait, who competing with the moves? Whoa, got them singing like some oohs. Yeah, boys flowing like some hues. Ay, gotta thank you, cause when I'm not killing it, you keep it real in you, just like a fisherman. You help me reeling it. Your love is deeper than oceans I'm swimming in. Yeah, I was drowning, but now I can live again. Yeah. I so
not a night for clarity. Looking for the light, oh you might as well come with me, help you find it. Blasting off astronaut ignited. Silent night, take me to your highness. Yeah. Baby laying in the manger on the first Noel, being treated like a stranger on the first Noel. Ain't no crowds or disciples on the first Noel. Flesh and bone just like you on the first Noel. Noel, the first Noel. Noel, the first Noel. Creation being groaning, then the sun showed up. Good morning. Even those who waited for him could've looked him in the eyes and wouldn't know him. I like to say that I would, but I can't, bro. Who would've known that a baby would rain on? The one who made the skies, he cried. Still surprised you could swat a little guy. Spotlight, give him center stage. Follow North Star down the interstate. Silly shit, we went astray. But he arrived, not a minute late. Hard carpenter, came to renovate. Came to serve, gave me word on the dinner plate. But who would've known that this babe was the king on the throne? The first Noel, Noel, the first Noel, Noel, the first Noel. The people been yearning for some hope, but the folks kept turning him away. He was born with the vermin. Living word, he the last great sermon. He descended to a sinner's speed. They rejected him who brought them what they really need. Creation's groans are retired, drowned out by the baby's first cry. Lift him up, he the centerpiece. Came to his own, it was bittersweet. He was in the womb, plotting in a piece. Made friends, had enemies. The winning streak, it ain't finna cease. Baby clothes couldn't cloak his divinity. Yeah. Who would've known that this babe was the king on the throne? Baby laying in the manger on the first Noel, being treated like a stranger on the first Noel. Ain't no crowds or disciples on the first Noel. Flesh and bone just like you on the first. It wasn't that easy to find you. But now that I'm here, it's the safest place. I see all the life that's inside you. See, a river that's flowing unending grace. Noel, on the first. Noel, yeah, the first Noel. Yes, sir. up higher, like do you know,